Welcome to E-Learning Academy of Swami Vivekananda Institute of Science and Technology. I am Anindita Das Bhattacharjee, working as an assistant professor in the Department of Computer Science. Today we are going to learn Core Java. Let's get started. Today we will learn why to study Java, why Java is platform independent. I will explain in details the Java virtual machine architecture. We'll write our first Java code. We'll learn how to implement the concept of class and object while coding. Why we learn Java? I will explain this concept with the help of category of programming. We have two types of programming languages. First, general purpose programming languages such as C, C++, C Sharp, and Java. And the second category is known as special purpose programming languages. Those are PHP and Perl. Now, general purpose programming languages are used to design desktop-based applications, business applications, web-based applications, and mobile applications. Now the question is, what is desktop-based application? Desktop-based application are also known as utility softwares. Notepad, Photoshop, antivirus softwares can be considered as desktop-based application. Business level applications are those which are used for banking activity or in supermarket billing, or they can be used in any shipping organization. These business applications are also known as client server based applications. Since Java falls in the category of general purpose programming language, by using Java, we can develop all such kind of applications. So that's why learning Java is very, very important. We have two category of programming languages: compiler based and interpreter based. Now what is compiler based programming? Consider a source code which is written on C language. Say the name of this source code is a.c. .c is the extension, and when it is compiled, a machine code will be generated. The machine code will have the same name A, and the extension will be .exe. Now what is the responsibility of the compiler? Here, job of a compiler is, if the source code is given, convert it to the machine code. When source code file is given, it generates a machine code file. The important point here is it creates a completely separate file. Each program will be compiled only once. One time translation will be done. Now to execute a program, you should run .exe file, not the source code file. Source code file never be used for execution. Even if source code is deleted from your machine, .exe file can be executed n number of times independent of the compiler. Therefore, we can state that C programming is a compilation based programming language. What is interpreted language? To understand this, consider a particular source file with .js extension. .js extension specifies JavaScript. JavaScript is interpreted language as JavaScript runs in a browser. It runs inside a browser, more specifically. It cannot run independently. Browser translates and executes the particular .js file. So now what is the responsibility of the browser? The browser reads the file line by line. Line by line it will read, as well as it will execute it at that time. It means whenever I want to run .js file, I need a browser. While running browser, it will translate and execute the specific source code. So try to understand what is the basic difference between compilation and interpretation. In compilation, a separate machine code will be generated. In interpretation, no separate machine code will be generated. So compiler translates only once and interpreter translates every time whenever you want to execute. And remember one thing, due to this reason, interpretation process is quite slow. Now the question is, Java comes under which category? Either it is a compilation based or interpretation based programming language. To understand this, start from a source code. Say this source code is written in Java. Therefore, the extension of this source code will be definitely .java. Say the name of the file is A and the extension is .java. Now, whenever this file is written as a source code, it is compiled by the compiler. And compiler is responsible for generating a bytecode. And the extension of this bytecode is .class. But the name of this file should be same as the source code name. Therefore, it will be a.class file. So after bytecode is generated, then Java virtual machine is responsible for interpreting this bytecode into a machine code. Now here two questions can be asked. First, what is the responsibility of the compiler here? Here compiler is giving the bytecode, not the machine code. Since bytecode is given, not a machine code, the problem here is machine will never understand what is the meaning of the bytecode. And JVM does what? JVM is a person who takes the responsibility of converting this bytecode into the machine code so that machine could understand. So compiler checks the source code whether there exists any error or not, and then if the source code is error free, then compiler returns a bytecode that does not contain any error. Therefore, bytecode is something which is ready for run, but it cannot be understood by the machine. After completion of this step, JVM converts this class file into machine code and executed. Now the question is, who is JVM? In one word, I can say JVM is a interpreter who interprets dot class file into machine code. So when I started this slide, my question was what kind of programming language Java is. Java is a compilation based as well as interpretation based programming language. Therefore, Java can be considered as hybrid programming language. This is the most important point.